I too can make barrels, DM Gareth. If my computer would work.
Okay, so we're entering the wonderful world of barrels.
Okay! You wouldn't believe how many times I had to do that in a row because of my stupid computer. Alright, as you can guess, we're making barrels today. That is DM Gareth from the DMG Info, who is good friends with DM Scotty, who I have mentioned once or twice on this channel. He also has a forum for terrain guys, so go check it out. Very, very cool. So today, because I don't have boots of speed, as DM Gareth would call it, I'm going to do this step by step by step to show you how I made one of these bad boys. Barrels. Cheapest and easiest thing probably to make. So, let's see how I did it. Alright, here we go. First thing you're going to need is a dowel rod. You can get it whatever width you want. Depends on you know, how big you want your barrel. They're very large, very small, and in-between size barrels. This is a kind of an in-between size diameter that I chose. I want to say it's close to a ½ inch, maybe a tad bit above or below. So, you take that and you cut the height of the barrel that you want. It can be tall and long, it can be shorter and stumpier, doesn't matter. So, that's the first step in doing barrels, is you get that. The next thing you got to do is you got to sand your top and your bottom. Now you can use, let me grab it real quick, you can use sandpaper or you can use a disc sander like I did. The main thing is to be very, very careful if you're working with a disc sander, because your fingers will get awfully close. So that's the second step on how to do barrels. Third step is you're going to black bomb it. Once you've got it good and black bombed, you're going to use burnt umber or whatever brown you prefer to base it. I like to show a little bit of the color coming through. Let's see if I can show it at an angle here, since lighting is so wonderful in my basement, right? So now we've got that. Then the next step is to highlight it, and I used a honeycomb, Folk Art honeycomb, to highlight it, which gets me to that stage, right? Then I use a felt tip, fine tipped marker. This, of course, if you're a rockin' steady-handed painter, you can feel free to hand paint your lines on. First thing I did was I did my top and bottom circles, and I did my banding, right? That's the first part, because there's a lot of line work, so I broke up the work and I want to show you how I did it so it's not so daunting. The next thing I did is I did quadrants. As you can see, I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the reason I did that is a couple of reasons. One, to break up the work, and two, now when I do 2 lines in between each one, they'll be evenly spaced lines all around. You won't have them bunched up and really long on the other one as as you're working your way around the actual barrel. And then once I've done the full 2 lines in between each quadrant line, you get something that looks like this, and it makes really, really cool barrels. So here are all the steps that you can go through to make all the barrels you pretty much want. Now, there's another way you can do this if you don't have the ability to cut the saw, or I mean if you have a saw to cut the dowel rod. If you have the ability to sand foam, just start off with this, you know, cut it to a square, then shave it down, then sand it into a circle, pardon me, and start this off with foam, and just repeat the process. Okay, now with doing the lining though on the foam, a lot of foams are alcohol based, so it might melt your foam. So do a practice piece first, and if you put on enough black paint, you have to be kind of heavy with this and kind of heavy with your first coat. This might be a barrier enough so that the alcohol doesn't get through and actually start melting the foam on the inside. So that's how you do real quick, easy, and simple barrels. I want to thank DM Info for his really great how-to, and I thought I would just kind of do my own take on it. So thanks so much, and go check out the DMG Info, and go check out DM Scotty on the GM, the GM's Craft, or the DM's Craft, pardon me. So, and here's one quick flyby, so you can kind of see the barrels. I even got one down there holding up the cannon, going in the face of that undead, and you can stack them and do all kinds of sorts of cool stuff. So, love you guys. Take care. Bye bye.